next sitting day, and we call now on members' order of the day number 1.
Privacy, giving Privacy Commissioner necessary tools, amendment bill, interrupted debate on first reading.
3 calls left. The next call by rotation is a Labour call.
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker.
Marianne Street.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It gives me great pleasure to rise to speak to this bill, which is a small bill but could be extremely effective. And I want to commend my colleague Sue Moroney for having spotted the gap in the Privacy Commissioner's ability to do things about complaints. When the Law Commission recommended to the government in its review of the Privacy Act of 1993, which was published in 2011, it said that, quote, "At the moment, enforcement of the Privacy Act is complaints-driven. People can complain to the Privacy Commissioner about breaches of their privacy rights under the Act, but the Commissioner has only limited powers to take action about breaches of the Act on her own initiative. Such a system is often not well suited to addressing underlying systemic problems," unquote. Mr. Speaker, the bill does 2 things. It inserts 2 new clauses into the Privacy Act. One that simply alters the functions of the Commissioner, and it says that the Commissioner should be able or will be able to conduct audits of an agency's practices and systems for handling personal information, and that the personal information maintained by that agency for the purpose of working out whether or not it is maintained in accordance with information privacy principles. So that gives the Privacy Commissioner an ability they do not have at the moment to audit an agency's practices with respect to privacy principles. And secondly, it gives the Commissioner the right to issue a notice to an agency which is found to be in breach of the Act, and to be able to require that agency to take action to repair the breach and to get their practices in order. Mr. Speaker, as usual, these things do not come out of a vacuum. These things come out of the fact that we have seen a string of major privacy breaches by government agencies over the last few months. Mr. Speaker, if I could just list them for a moment. I've only got 5 minutes, so I'll be as quick as I can. But there's the Earthquake Commission, ACC. Paula Bennett herself, as a minister, saw fit to disclose private information regarding beneficiaries, not regarding the fact that she had all of the power of the state behind her and they had very little behind them. The Ministry of Social Development, Work and Income, Nova Pay, the IRD, Immigration, Corrections, the Ministry of Education, Housing New Zealand, the Ministry of Justice. In all of these pieces of the apparatus of the state, Mr. Speaker, we have seen privacy breaches. It is hardly surprising then that this has emerged as something on the radar for ordinary citizens, and it is that concern that my colleague Sue Moroney is reflecting in this bill tonight. It does 2 things, Mr. Speaker, and that's all. And it would be really good if government members could see their way clear to supporting this simply by giving the Privacy Commissioner the power to conduct audits, and then giving the Privacy Commissioner the ability to note breaches and to require remedial action where there have been breaches. Mr. Speaker, this isn't rocket science. This actually reflects something that many people consider to be really important. So many thousands of New Zealanders have had their privacy breached that this is now becoming, the government apparatus is becoming a laughingstock. This is a piece of legislation, Mr. Speaker, that could remedy that. The government doesn't have to do much in order to remedy it, and this is the way they could fix it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Alfred Naro.
Mr. Speaker, just taking on the comments of the previous speaker about the rocket science.